And thanks for joining me today. My name is Jamie Wise, and I am the Dedicated Wellbeing Services Program Manager with WebMD, here to present on Nutrition Made Easier. WebMD is honored to be partnering with Smart Health in 2024, and we are thrilled to be bringing new informational webinars to support the health and wellness of all State of Washington employees. We just had our first webinar back in April on well-rounded fitness at the same time of Smart Health's first challenge, the Invitational, which was a team-based challenge and a lot of fun. Today, we will be talking about a new challenge, and the sign-up starts today. It's called the 5 to Thrive Challenge, and I think this webinar will set us up perfectly for talking through it at the end. Our objectives for today are to describe the impact of eating habits, identify the parts of the nutrition facts label, list foods that make up a healthy diet, choose 3 to 5 tips to make healthier choices, and finally learn about the 5 to Thrive Challenge. Please note, do discuss your health condition and dietary restrictions with your healthcare provider before starting any new program. So let's get started. There are many ways to be healthy, and today we will be doing a high-level general nutrition overview. This is by no means an exhaustive review of ways to eat or ways to stay healthy. Some of this may be a review for you, and we do hope that some of it will be valuable new information. We are very glad you're here, and we hope that this is a meaningful learning opportunity for you, no matter where you are in your nutrition journey. We're first going to talk general health and nutrition, then through the specific nutrients, and then put it all together with some great takeaways that you can start implementing today. What is a healthy diet? So it can sometimes feel as if we're bombarded with information about the latest eating trend or buzzworthy ingredient, but good nutrition is really about having a well-rounded diet, and it can be easy to do, and I will go as far as to say fun. A healthy, well-rounded diet includes proteins, carbohydrates, fat, vitamins, minerals, and water. And really, everyone needs a mix of those nutrients, ideally from the foods that we eat. Good nutrition is an important part of leading a healthy lifestyle. Consuming a diet that is poor in nutrients or lacking balance is associated with major health risks that can cause illness and chronic diseases such as heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, and certain types of cancer. Good nutrition may reduce your risk for illness, which could lead to fewer days missing work or other things that are important to you. It might even lead to lower medical bills now and in the future, and certainly it can help with overall better quality of life. Now, there are a few different plates out there that can be helpful when thinking about how to make a balanced meal for yourself. One example we'll look at today is My Plate. So this is a great tool and guide for creating a healthy, balanced meal. This plate encourages you to make about half of your meals come from fruits and vegetables, the other half being split between a whole grain and a protein. In addition, consider using healthy plant oils like olive oil for cooking or for flavor in moderation. The plate also guides you to consume water and limit dairy to 1 to 2 servings a day if you consume dairy. Now, why should you be reading food labels? Reading the label helps you to quickly compare the nutrient content between similar foods. It gives you information about calories, number of servings, and nutrient content of packaged foods. You should be able to identify foods with added sugars, saturated fats, cholesterol, and sodium. All of these, if eaten in excess, can pose health risks. Nutrient recommendations are based on research findings and set by the Institute of Medicine, not only to prevent nutritional deficiencies, but also to promote health and prevent chronic disease. The percent daily value is listed to help you achieve these recommendations for vitamins, minerals, and dietary fiber. It can also help you limit added sugars, saturated fat, cholesterol, and sodium. Now, let's walk through a nutrition facts label. Starting at the top, number 1 is the serving size listed for the item. The serving sizes are standardized with familiar units like cups or pieces. Now, this is not a recommendation of how much you should eat or drink. So for this, the serving size is 1 cup or 227 grams. Then look to see how many servings are in the full package. Remember, all the nutrient amounts shown on the label, including the number of calories, refers to the size of the serving. Pay attention to the serving size, especially how many servings there are in the food package. Ask yourself, are you consuming a half serving, 1 serving, or more? For this label, there are 4 servings in this container. On to number 2, calories. Now, calories provide a measure of how much energy you get from a serving of this food. If you ate the entire package, you would consume 4 servings or 1,120 calories. So that's 280 times 4. Number 3, nutrients are what we are seeing here in yellow. We will dive into a few of these in the coming slides, but one part I want to call out here is under total carbohydrates. Here you can see total sugars. So that includes sugar naturally found in many nutritious foods and beverages, such as milk and fruit. And then added sugars. So this includes sugars that are added during the processing of the foods. Think dextrose and sucrose, table sugar, syrups, honey, and sugars from concentrated fruits or vegetable juices. Note here that having the word includes before added sugars on the label indicates that added sugars are included in the number of grams of total sugars in the product. Number 4, the percent daily value is that percentage of the daily value for each nutrient in a serving of the food. The daily values are reference amounts. They can be expressed in grams, milligrams, or micrograms. And it's of nutrients to consume or not to exceed each day. It can tell you if a serving of food is high or low in a nutrient, and whether a serving of the food contributes a lot or a little to your daily diet for each nutrient. A general guide to percent daily value. 5% daily value or less of a nutrient per serving is considered low. 20% daily value or more of a nutrient per serving is considered high. But remember, it depends on the nutrient. If the sodium is 5% daily value, that's better than 20% daily value sodium. However, if it's dietary fiber, 5% daily value is less ideal than 20% daily value. For instance, saturated fat on this nutrition facts label is 4.5 grams or 23% of the daily value based on a 2,000 calorie diet. This product would be considered as having a high amount of saturated fat per serving. So now that we've done a high-level review of how to think about making a balanced plate and reviewing the food label, let's look at those specific nutrients and their potential benefits. Carbohydrates, or carbs, are sugar molecules. And along with proteins and fats, carbohydrates are one of 3 main nutrients found in food and drinks. Your body breaks down carbohydrates into glucose, and glucose or blood sugar, that's the main source of energy for your body's cells, tissues, and organs. Glucose can be used immediately or stored in the liver and muscles for later use. Sugars, also called simple carbohydrates, because they are in their most basic form, they can be added to foods such as the sugar in candy, desserts, processed foods, and regular soda. They also include the kinds of sugar that are found naturally in fruits, vegetables, and milk. Starches are complex carbohydrates, which are made of lots of simple sugars strung together. Your body needs to break starches down into sugars to use them for energy. Starches include breads, cereals, and pastas, and they can also include certain vegetables like potatoes, peas, and corn. Fiber is also a complex carbohydrate, so your body can't break down most fibers. Therefore, eating foods with fiber can help you feel full. Diets high in fiber have other health benefits. It may help prevent stomach or intestinal problems such as constipation, may also help lower cholesterol and blood sugar, and it's found in many foods that come from plants, including fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, and whole grains. So here are some common foods with carbohydrates. We've got those grains, noodles, pastas, crackers, fruits, bananas, berries, mangoes, melons, dairy products, milk and yogurt, legumes, including dried beans, lentils, and peas, snack foods and sweets, of course, beverages like juices, regular sodas, energy drinks that contain sugar, and then starchy vegetables like your potatoes, corn, and peas. Now, protein is in every cell in the body, and our bodies need protein from the foods we eat to build and maintain bones, muscles, and skin. We get proteins in our diet from meat, dairy products, nuts, and certain grains and beans. And proteins from meat and other animal products, these are called complete proteins. And this means they supply all of the amino acids that the body can't make on its own. Most plant proteins are incomplete, just meaning that you should eat different types of plant proteins each day to get all of the amino acids your body needs. And it is important to get enough dietary protein. You need to be eating protein every day throughout the day because your body doesn't store it in the same way it does store fats or carbohydrates. So get your protein from plants when possible. Eating legumes, nuts, seeds, whole grains, other plant-based sources of proteins, that is a win for not only your health, but the health of the planet. If most of your protein comes from plants, again, make sure that you mix up those sources so no essential components of protein are missing. Other protein sources are your legumes, beans, peas, edamame, soybeans, nuts and seeds, almonds, pistachios, sesame seeds, chia seeds, whole grains like teff, quinoa, oats, buckwheat, poultry, seafood, eggs, red meats. So that includes unprocessed beef, pork, lamb, veal, goat meat, and then your processed meats as well, such as bacon, hot dogs, sausages, and cold cuts, all of which should be limited. And although these products are often made from red meats, processed meats also include items like turkey bacon, chicken sausage, and deli sliced chicken and ham. Processed meat refers to any meat that has been transformed through salting, curing, fermentation, smoking, or other processes to enhance flavor or improve preservation. All right, on to fats. So fats is a type of nutrient and a necessary part of a healthy diet. That gives you energy and it helps your body absorb vitamins. Dietary fat also plays a role in your cholesterol levels. Saturated fats are fats that are typically solid at room temperature. This is a type of fat that we generally want to limit in the diet because it can impact cholesterol levels. Trans fats are those that are created in an industrial process called hydrogenation, in which hydrogen is added to liquid vegetable oils to make them more solid. It is still used today because they are inexpensive, they're easy to produce, and they can be long-lasting. It can also be naturally occurring in animal products. And we can often identify trans fats by looking out for partially hydrogenated oils. Now, trans fats, they can raise your LDL cholesterol or your lousy cholesterol, and they may also lower your HDL cholesterol or your healthy cholesterol. So this is an oil we want to keep out of the diet when we can, and it can often be found in more of those processed foods. Reheating and reusing oils can also create trans fats. And then in terms of unsaturated fats, there's two kinds, monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. These are typically at room temperature, and you can be eating these in moderation to help improve your cholesterol levels. So saturated fats, these are going to be found primarily in meats and dairy products, poultry with the skin on, butter, cream, cheeses, and then plant-based wise, you could find that in coconut, coconut oils, and palm oils. Trans fats, you will likely find this in fast foods or those industrially produced baked goods and pizza crusts and coffee creamers. One way to look out for them is, like I said, looking at the food label for partially hydrogenated oil. This lets you know that there may be some trans fats in that product. Even if the label says 0 grams of trans fats, it may still have up to 0.5 grams per serving. So imagine if you have more than just that one serving. In terms of the unsaturated fats, I'm not going to break them all down today, though I could spend a lot of time here. I do encourage you all to learn more about monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats if you're interested and if you're really focusing in on improving cholesterol levels. There's just so much interesting research out there, but you can find these fats in fish, avocados, olives, walnuts, and some of those liquid fats. Fiber in your diet not only helps keep bowel regularity, it also helps you feel fuller longer, helps control blood sugar, and may lower cholesterol levels. Fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, legumes, those are all good sources of fiber. Some tips for getting more fiber in your diet is slicing up raw veggies and keeping them in to-go baggies to use as quick snacks. Starting your day off with a high fiber breakfast like whole grain oatmeal sprinkled with pecans or macadamia nuts, maybe steaming your vegetables, or even adding a half cup of beans or peas to your salad to add fiber, texture, and some flavor. Water. So if you are feeling drained and depleted, get a pick-me-up with some water. That dehydration may make you feel more tired. Drinking water also helps prevent muscle cramping and lubricates joints in the body. You may also be able to exercise longer and stronger. Drinking water may hydrate the skin, may help flush out impurities, improve circulation and blood flow, and just help your skin continue to glow. And along with fiber, water is going to be important for good digestion and can help you feel full. It may help dissolve waste particles and pass them smoothly through your digestive tract. And water dilutes the salts and minerals in your urine that form the solid crystals known as kidney stones. Kidney stones can't form in diluted urine, so reduce your risk with plenty of water. Now, as a dietitian, I love talking about food, so I hope you enjoyed learning about those specific nutrients, and I hope it inspires you to think about them more often or even learn more about each nutrient after the webinar today. So now let's put everything together and plan some meals and snacks. And I'm hoping you can take away 3 to 5 tips or tricks to try out this week. Meal planning. So making a plan before heading to the store can help you get organized, save money, and choose healthier options. It can support healthy eating at home and is a good place to start improving your food choices. Meal planning provides you with the ability to include more nutrient and fiber-rich foods, so think plant-based, and limiting of those ingredients and foods that are high in sugars, saturated, trans fats, and sodium or salt. Now, tips for meal planning. So you can save money by using items you already have on hand. So think the pantry, fridge, freezer items, and plan your meals so you're eating from all 5 food groups every day. When planning, be aware of added sugars, saturated fat, and sodium by, of course, reading that nutrition facts label. It could be helpful to write out your meals for the week. So planning out what you have for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. You could use myplate.gov. On their website, they have a free Create a Grocery Game Plan weekly calendar that you could use as a guide. You could also organize your grocery list by store section to make shopping quick and easy. For a free template, try out this Create a Grocery Game Plan grocery list on the myplate.gov website. And snacks. So snacks can help provide us with important nutrients and help satisfy hunger between meals. They can also help us consume smaller or more ideal portions during meals. They're also a great way to incorporate vegetables and fruits that we may not be getting otherwise during our actual meal. By pairing a protein and a carbohydrate together, you may also feel more full or satiated for longer. There are plenty of healthy snack options that include important nutrients and help satisfy hunger between meals. Keeping nutritious snack options like fruits and vegetables visible and within reach in the fridge or on the counter for a convenient anytime snack is a really great tip. So here are some ideas. We've got tortilla chips that can act as a perfect vessel to add some monounsaturated fats from the guacamole. Peppers with fiber-rich black bean dip. Easy to pack string cheese, which is a fantastic protein source, about 7 grams in one string cheese packet. A cup of Greek yogurt with some raspberries that has about 19 grams of protein. A quarter cup of almonds has about 7 grams and then of protein, and then pairing that with a pear. And then another idea is a cup of low-fat cottage cheese with a handful of cherry tomatoes or chopped pineapple. Sounds delicious. And that right there has about 24 grams of protein. Now, if your option is the vending machine, you can try out some of the healthier options. Avoid beverages containing added sugars. Don't forget about that water. As we learned, staying hydrated is really important for the body. It also helps maintain or regulate body temperature, blood pressure, mental clarity, and just as an overall good way to help avoid empty snacking. Now, when it comes to thinking about dining out, what are your personal goals right now, or this week, or at this outing? It can really change depending on the day or the week because goals change, situations change. It's okay to be flexible and make sure that we don't have black and white thinking around dining out. Are you trying to be mindful of portions or sodium or saturated fat intake? Or are you trying to boost your fiber intake or your water intake? Or maybe you're trying to keep costs lower this month. Or maybe you don't eat out much at all, so this is really your time to explore and try something new. With any of these goals or occasions, planning ahead will be your friend. You could try requesting a small or half-size portion if you're ordering a fried appetizer. Restaurant food can be especially high in saturated fats and sodium, so those smaller portions or sharing can be really helpful to control just how much we're consuming. Will you be ordering a mixed drink or sticking with water or tea? Bread basket or no bread basket? Chips or no chips? If you are sharing an appetizer or an entree, that not only helps decrease portion sizes, but it could help you enjoy more variety or enjoy more of a family style or social meal, or even just help decrease your total bill overall. And don't be afraid to be specific, asking for dishes that are prepared without certain ingredients, especially if it comes to allergies or food preferences, or asking for an ingredient on the side, or simply asking for the meal to be baked rather than fried. And you could also substitute side options for healthier choices. So rather than tater tots, maybe requesting a salad or steamed vegetable or broth-based soup. For individuals with high blood pressure or heart health concerns, remember to be mindful of hidden salt in entrees. Keep an eye out for sauces, soups, cheeses, salad dressings. Again, don't be afraid to ask for something on the side or an unsalted option. Look for healthier keywords like baked, broiled, poached, steamed, or grilled. And then watch out for words like fried, creamy, buttered, breaded, or battered. So just paying attention to the adjectives that are used to describe the foods. And then most restaurants carry fruit for one dish or another. So even if it's not listed on the dessert menu, ask for a bowl of the seasonal fruit. That may help reduce added sugar intake and may even boost your fiber for the day. Now, the benefits to making meals from scratch. So if you're at home or somewhere with a kitchen, there are numerous benefits to making meals from scratch. You control what goes into the food, so no artificially produced trans fat. You control the protein, the carbs, the types of fats, fiber, the layout, flavor, crunch. You have so much control. You can look up new healthy recipes in a cookbook or on the internet. Plus, there's often leftovers, which can be handy during a busy week. And that right there, that wraps up the nutrition education portion of this presentation. Now that we've learned some ways to fuel our bodies, let's take the last few minutes to talk through our next Smart Health Challenge, which is based around food and nutrition. It's called the 5 to Thrive Challenge. As we were learning about today, a nutritious diet may help you live a longer, healthier life, and by eating at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, you may help lower your risks for heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and some types of cancer. Thus, our 5 to Thrive Challenge begins. It officially starts June 19th and ends July 16th. You must register by June 26th to participate. You can document your progress each day or go back to retroactively report it before the end of the challenge. Track your results at smarthealth.hca.wa.gov or on the Wellness at Your Side app. If you've got some time, head over right now and you can get signed up. Today, June 5th, is the first day to sign up. So go to Smart Health and you should see it right at the top of your homepage. With that, thank you for joining today, and I hope you've enjoyed the Nutrition Made Easier webinar, and I hope you can join us in our 5 to Thrive Challenge. Be well.